Hey guys, Merry Christmas. I'm back with another video. I wasn't expecting to film today, but I usually make the rounds on the 24th because that's when usually like spring and newness could possibly be trickling into stores because stores are selling down of all their like candle day and holiday inventory, and then they're like left with bare shelves. And some stores will indeed put out like spring stuff that's for like spring one floor set early. And I always try to make my rounds on the 24th because that is when I can still get the candles for $19.50, which yes, I know that's like not a great candle sale, but it's better than having to wait 3 or 4 weeks for SAS to pass and then finally see the spring one candles and then being tortured with the spring one starting to be on the shelves but with no sale happening until SAS concludes. And like I kind of don't like doing the whole like exchange candle day or past season candles for new ones. Like yeah, it's technically probably fine per the policy or whatever, but I'd rather just kind of like just buy them at $19.50 and use a coupon and like have them for the next 3 weeks instead of being tortured by seeing them and not being able to buy them because they're on full price. And so 24th is always the day to do that. And so I was traveling for the holidays, and so I made my rounds like basically all the stores down the path or whatever. And one of them I hit the jackpot and there was so much juicy new spring one action, and so that's what today's video is. And yes, notice the production value and quality is not as great as usual, but you're here for the candle content, not the production quality. That's because I am indeed out of town and I wasn't expecting to haul this much. And I was like, I can probably wait on a video, but like, so, and I didn't bring my gear with me this time, like lighting and the proper camera and everything. So we're just going to use do 2010 YouTube era style with the cell phone camera, selfie camera, and makeshift lighting. And you're just here for the candle information anyway. So just imagine your FaceTiming me right now and call it a day. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, so SAS starts tomorrow. Nothing really juicy going on there. I don't think even like that Dreamscapes Grapefruit Peach Coastal Paradise stuff is even supposed to be on sale. I don't know. I thought I said it was going to be full price. So nothing really juicy there. And like Candle Day already happened. And so like winter SAS is always like the not so great one because Candle Day and all the holiday sales have already started that have already happened. And so like you would have probably already bought everything you wanted by the time SAS rolls around unless they release new stuff. So yeah, nothing interesting there. And then so we have to wait for 3 or 4 weeks of SAS to conclude before we can get any new spring juiciness for sale. And so that's why I hauled some of them here. Yeah, so I went to one store and the White Barn side was just like almost everything they had with spring one, if it was available, it was out on the walls and everything, and it was so freaking juicy. They even had like all the hand soaps and everything. Check my Instagram if you want to see all the shots of the stuff that was there that I didn't buy. A lot of it is repackages. There are new hand soaps, however, though, but not gonna buy them for full price. Okay, so without further ado, oh my god, I just freaking love spring, and I'm like, you know what, $19.50 or $19.95, whatever it is, but plus coupon, and it came down to like, I don't know, $15 each or something after all said and done. So you know what, I'm willing to pay that for a spring candle. So the first one we have is like this collection, and so there's Blue Sky Haze right here, and that's what that looks like. It has a fancy lid on it and it's wraparound. It's kind of like that sort of garden scroll gate pattern. And then we have the dragonflies on there. The other ones in this collection are Hummingbird Tea Cake is back, which is pretty much just carrot cake with banana added to it. There was also Backyard Honeysuckle as well. I believe there's also supposed to be a Sugared Jasmine fragrance coming out as well, but that was not at the store yet. And I believe Sugared Jasmine is it was previously a hand soap format, and I think it's going into 3-wick, but I don't think I really even loved it that much in the hand soap format, to be completely honest. But still excited to see a new fragrance into 3-wick format, so I'll probably still scoop that up. But the one we have here that I picked up was the Blue Sky Haze, and that's what that is. The notes on this read, bright bergamot, lily leaves, and sandalwood. These are $26.95, thick rope-like wicks with white wax on there. And yeah, okay. Oh gosh, what? It's not, right off the bat, it's not Blue Sky Breeze, which like you would think it would just be that with how close the name is, but it's not Blue Sky Breeze that we've had previous, which is more like a clean, slightly laundry leaning fragrance. This is, oh man, it kind of smells more like cologne, to be honest. Yeah, it smells just like a sort of like an aquatic cologne that like leans in the like Paris Daydream, Sparkling Icicles, Freshwater, Aqua de Gio, like dupe category. Yeah, it's like a sweeter, juicier, aquatic men's cologne fragrance is what I get from this. It's not particularly remarkable or unique, but it's not offensive either. Yeah, it's definitely leads a little bit more masculine, even though like it notes lily leaves on here. I would also say if you liked Sundress from years past, it is not that, I don't believe, but I would say Sundress is also close to that, and that's sort of like clean. It's like mostly cologne, but could almost be neutral or gender neutral or whatever, unisex. Yeah, I only just picked it up because it was new and I was excited to see newness. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have necessarily picked this one up, but Blue Sky Haze right there. Okay, moving on. Let's see, what else do we have? There was another, like beautiful garden collection that had like a wraparound with floral and like a medallion in the middle. There was fresh cut lilacs, flower child is back, bergamot and birch. I know almond croissant is supposed to be showing up in that collection as well as a new fragrance called garden weather. Those two were not present at the store, so I didn't get any of those. I think that's like all I can think of at the top of my head right now that's in that collection. Okay, cool. And then moving on, we have this, oh my god, this darling like Art Nouveau collection. Oh my god, F me up with this artwork though. I love that. So we have that, but it's this like middle badge that is so juicy. I mean, look at how friggin' Art Nouveau that is. So like there's like Art Deco and Art Nouveau like interior architectural styles, and like especially like Paris is very much like well known for their Art Nouveau style, and the fact that they like lean so heavily into like a antique or like antique style architecture or graphical style is so awesome, because normally I feel like that kind of stuff is a little bit more niche or hands off and not mass appeal, but like this very much heavily leans into that. And then we also got Bridgerton as well, which was like heavily more like an antique classical you know, flair to it. So I love that they're like doing that. Oh my god, I just like F me up with it. So anyways, Springtime in Paris. This has been out before. I just, once again, new packaging, spring newness in the Art Nouveau flair just like totally enticed me, and so that's why I got it. Main Street Bakery was back in yellow wax and packaging. That one had the core wicks, which would indicate it would be the same like format as the one from the fall release, versus the spring one from last year had thick rope like wicks. It was the version I had. I never bought the one with the core wicks during the fall time, so I don't know how the performance differs, but just noting that. And then Mahogany Vanilla, and I'm not sure what else is in this collection, but we do have Springtime in Paris right here. Soft Peach, Lotus Blossom, and Fresh Bergamot. I'm surprised this keeps coming back out, but it must have been like popular enough. Like for me, I don't imagine Springtime in Paris to smell like this. I don't know, when I think of Paris, I think of like, you know, fancy French perfumers and like floral fragrances and like something sort of like more, you know, like luxury floral perfumey. But this is very sweet, like fruity Bath and Body Works body care fragrance to me. That it's like more like springtime in Bath and Body Works is kind of how this comes off as. But you do get a peach floral fragrance is most certainly what you get in here. There's quite a bit of citrus and peach mixed with a floral, and that's pretty much what this is. It's like not my favorite, but it's about time I try it again. I think the first version I had with that fancy glass lid that was in a similar color had thick rope-like wicks on it. This one has core wicks. I'm hoping maybe it will perform better, not dead out like that other one did. So that was Springtime in Paris right there. I don't know. I'll try it again and see how it does. Like, I already have Main Street Bakery backed up from the original one that I was like, I don't think I need that in new packaging, to be honest. So there was that. Okay, moving on. Then there's like this, I think this was like some like evening moments and daily moments collection or something like that. And so we have this. And so here's Summer Rain. And that's what that looks like. Beautiful. I love like the alternating like rays and everything on there too. Hard to match up the seams on label like this. And then there's like actually you can't really see it, but there's like writing there that's like raised. This one says, let your sun shine from within. And I think there's like hand soaps that also match this type of format as well, that all have like a quote and stuff on it. But in any case, and it also says this one is a luminary one. It specifically calls it out on that like little seal right there. So Summer Rain, also interesting. They've been like making sure to put the Bath & Body Works logo on there, whereas before they would like just match the font to the rest of the collection's design, but now they're actually like specifically putting the logo on all of their candles, which is an interesting design choice. Okay, cool. The other ones, Vanilla Cloud is back. Boy, I hadn't smelled that one since last year when I had it. And I forgot how immensely close that was to Marshmallow Fireside. But it's like a springtime version of Marshmallow Fireside that's not quite as like gourmand fiery, but still a very similar marshmallowy base exists in Vanilla Cloud. I have to say the candle I much prefer because it doesn't smell like plastic Barbie doll hair like the hand soap version does. There's also Sunset in Maui in a like an orange look like this as well. Such a basic tropical fragrance. I'm like surprised that also keeps coming back out, but you know, it is what it is. The mass appeal tastes obviously differ from the unique candle community preferences. Let's see, what else? I think that was it that I know of in this collection for the time being. Yes. Okay, cool. So Summer Rain, it's not new either. This came out alongside that like re-release of Backyard Honeysuckle in some like green apple something or another. It was that like late summer release or whatever that we got. And I didn't pick it up then because I just didn't really care for it. But this packaging is so pretty that I was like, oh my God. And yeah, so I did pick it up. It is chilled open air, fresh musk and juniper berries, $26.95, white wax and quart wicks. Smelling this on cold, I have to say, I feel like it's not going to be very strong. I get it's almost like a prettier frozen lake is what I get from this. It's another one of those kind of like clean fragrances that kind of could lean a little bit cologne, but not quite either, in a similar like bergamot waters way as well, and just that blue Sky Haze thing that I was talking about. If you burn Summer Rain, let me know in the comments down below how it performed, because if it was like totally weak and abysmal, then I would consider exchanging this for something juicier when it comes out. But yeah, this, I guess it's that like juniper and like fresh air type of aquatic or ozone quality that is really reminding me of Frozen Lake, but not quite as heavy as that one. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a fantasy version of what you would imagine rain to smell like, and not so much like the realistic, like sort of like wet dirt soil quality that you sometimes get from like a rain fragrance. Not at all like that. So that was Summer Rain right there. Moving on, we have like the other like similar collection but different, and that's like this. We have Sunkissed Morning, which is a new fragrance. This is like has some transparency to it. And there's also a quote here too. This one also says luminary, which I guess just putting transparency on this color makes it a luminary, which seems a little far-fetched, or a little bit of a stretch, but okay. There was also a self-care sundae that wasn't available yet, but that is coming out both in single wick and hand soap format, and then I believe a 3-wick as well. I did not smell that one yet. I think that's like the lemon and mint one that's been floating around on social. There's also something called a Blue Orchard Skies. We already know what that one is. It's been repackaged a few times now. Don't need that again. What else was there? There's also a similar but slightly different packaging of this type. That's Paris Cafe is back. So if you missed Paris Cafe because it didn't come out for Candle Day and freshly brewed coffee doesn't cut it for you, Paris Cafe is back. It still had the flat like curling wicks that Paris Cafe always has had, so I would assume it would perform the same. And then Endless Weekend was also available. But there's also, once again, First Date, and then, what was it? Self-Care Sunday or something that's like all up in that collection as well. Okay, so Sunkissed Morning is the new one. I do love the packaging though. I love the arch and the sunset or whatever on there. Actually, okay, so I think this is luminary because the archway is also somewhat transparent. As you can see, like, this part right here, like you can like see through it, so it will glow as it goes down. Okay. Golden Dewdrops by Bright Citrus and Morning Light. This is actually quite similar to Springtime in Paris. I get heaps of like an apricot or a peach, even though it doesn't list that. It just lists Bright Citrus and Golden Dewdrops and Morning Light. So like, what do dewdrops and Morning Light smell like? This literally only gives us Bright Citrus as a note. This is a apricot or peach, like stone fruit floral fragrance is what this is. Yeah, okay. It's very, very similar to Springtime in Paris, but just slightly different. Yeah, I mean, this one I think is more floral, whereas this one's heavier on the fruit note, but there's still definitely like a green or floral underneath this, where it's not just straight up peach or apricot. But yeah, I always welcome a apricot or a peach type of fragrance, so as long as it doesn't smell like trash bag peaches. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I guess I'll give this a go. Nothing super like amazing. Very, very safe. Sunkissed Morning right there. So the next one we have is like the neutrals collection. I do have to say I love like that sort of striped fluted pattern embossing they give on the label here. And like you can feel it. Oh, F me up with that. So this is Sunwashed Santal, the usual neutrals packaging that we get from them. Italian bergamot, white violet, and amberwood. This is laundry care turned into home fragrance, which is kind of interesting to finally see that. And so also in this collection was Fiji White Sands, Mahogany Coconut, Blush Amber, and Peony. I think were the other ones. Oh, Pink Lavender and Espresso were the ones at the store. But also coming, but not at the store yet, is Pistachio Milk and Honey, which was like a test wallflower fragrance, I believe. And then we also have White Iris and Cedarwood, which I think is a long-standing like hand soap and then into wallflower format. And then now it's getting a 3-wick. So that's also coming up in this collection as well. Interesting to see Blush Amber and Peony translate from that like Mother's Day packaging into neutrals for this time around. But the one new one that was available there was the Sunwashed Santal. Yeah, so this was the laundry care one. I only tried it in the sample and it was just a detergent and not the booster. So it was pretty much unscented and I got no kind of any lasting power off of it. So I can't really judge it on that. But it does, however, smell just like the laundry care did when I remember smelling the packet when I first used it. And yeah, it's like a kind of like a fancy laundry fragrance. There's something a little bit like baby wipes about it that I'm assuming is coming from like the violet fragrance. But I actually get heaps of lavender in this as well. It's actually not too far off from the aromatherapy lavender vanilla, which is not to be confused with just the plain lavender vanilla, but the aromatherapy lavender vanilla actually smells quite a bit like this. And I would assume it, once again, it's the amber and the violet. So the amber is going to give it a sort of like warm creaminess that you might expect from a like non-edible vanilla fragrance. And the violet is giving a similar type of like, I think there's lavender in here, it's just not listed. And oftentimes with a lavender note, there is like a citrus to brighten it. Yeah, this kind of really just smells like a lavender type of laundry fragrance is what I'm getting from this. It was fine. I actually already burned this one here, and it just kind of smelled like a lavender fragrance when it was burning. But if you liked the laundry fragrance, it smells pretty much just like it does in the candle form. I can't say it's my favorite fragrance, but once again, it was newness and it was spring. I just wanted it, so that's why I got it. But yeah, so Sunwashed Santal right there. Okay, there's also a very juicy bakery collection coming soon, which has not surfaced in stores or anything like that. But I know Lavender Marshmallow is returning with like lavender pale lavender purple colored wax. Lemon Espresso Twist, which was one of those mystery numbered drops or whatever, which was either, I always forget the numbers, 38 or 42 or whatever it was, whatever the espresso and lemon one was, and we voted on names for it. Lemon Espresso Twist is coming in cute like bakery label with yellow wax. That is also surfacing. There's also something juicy called Picnic Petals as well that has like pink wax and has raspberries and like leaves on the label on it. Oh my god, I'm like so ready for that. Like I hope it's like something juicy. But Picnic Petals is also supposed to surface as well, and that's all I know of in the Juicy Bakery collection. There's also a crap load of hand soaps. There was a garden tea cookie, which I was initially very excited for, but then when you would look at the notes and smell it, it's just like a lemon cookie, lemon bakery fragrance. And there's like no like floral or garden like tea element as the name would suggest. I think the notes were on my Instagram. It's just like a lemon zested like cookie fragrance is what that was. There's a bunch of like aquatic oceanic ones. I can't really tell you what the differences are. It was a very brief sniff, but there's a high tide surf, a freshwater and waves or freshwater waves, and then some marine waves and citrus or something like that. A lot of aquatic ones in there. And that was pretty much it for the interestingness on the hand soap. Okay, anything else? The store also had new PocketBacs out. There was like a backyard honeysuckle and like a garden inspired collection. And then they had like the neutrals looking collection, and they have Book Loft in a PocketBac. Oh my god, it colored me like surprised and jazzed when I saw this. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I hope there's like something good or new in this collection because I just like want to add one. So yeah, we got Book Loft. Literally smells just like the candle, and because it's like just alcohol and fragrance oil, it's like a very strong, pure version of the the fragrance that it literally smells like the candle, but you can actually smell all over your hands, and it literally smells like you have Book Loft all over your hands. Kind of cool. And interesting, this like seems to be doing so well that it's getting all the expanded formats. I know there's a room spray. There's also a hand soap of Book Loft coming, and I would assume that maybe there's a 3-wick coming. I'm not quite sure on that one. But there's also a PocketBac now. So if you like Book Loft, you can get your fill of that. I had a free body care item with $10 purchase coupon, and I really didn't know what to get. So they already had SAS stuff starting to be set out. So I just got Malibu Heat, and that's what that is. Super old school, like nostalgic fragrance. Juicy pineapple, California orange, coconut flower, creamy coconut milk, and sunny musk. I have to say, I thought this was a lot juicier, but I already used this. And this is just like a weird, like cheap pineapple coconut fragrance. Like literally anything Big Lots or dollar store, like wow. Dollar General maybe. CVS, yeah. It's just the most like generic, basic, like pineapple, coconut, like juicy, fruity fragrance. Yeah, wow. Malibu Heat right there. In the Sun is also out, but I still have my old one, so I didn't get that. Let's see, something else. Coconut Lime Verbena is coming back, and Sea Island Shore. And then there was, on the flip side, Cucumber Melon, Pear Berry, and Buttercups and Berry Bellini was the other throwback body care that was out. Okay, and lastly, I just had a free travel size body care with no purchase necessary, and I didn't know what to get, and so I just like shoved a Vanilla Romance in there. I actually really enjoyed this fragrance. Oh my god. That I was like, you know what? When I'm traveling, I wouldn't mind just like throwing this in. So we got that. So cool. I think that's it for all the new spring newness. Tomorrow is SAS. I will breeze in and see if there's anything juicy. I'm not really expecting anything, but I was just like so jazzed as a Christmas present to myself to get these on the 24th. Still looking forward to so much more newness. Sweetheart Cherry is also coming out in a 3-wick as well. We're getting all the luxury fragrances that are coming out for round 2 in shower gel format, which I'm pretty jazzed about. So spring is definitely my favorite season. So I'm like really stoked for all of it. So any case, I just was like, you know what, despite production value being lower than normal, I just was so jazzed about the spring stuff, so I filmed it. Okay, cool, awesome. Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.